So yeah, so there are a lot of chances that you can make mistakes with your manual testing. So automation is the way where you can avoid these manual testing efforts, as well as you can reduce the time taken to testing. Okay, you can do parallel testing. Okay, suppose if I want to test this parallelly with another device, okay, you cannot do it because you are a human. You can do only one activity at a time, right? Or you might need a lot of your teammate supports, like 4 or 5 people working on 4 different phones at the same time. But imagine with automation, you can run 4 different browsers, each doing their own task. Okay, so you can test parallelly without lot of manual efforts. So that's another advantage of using automation. So yeah, again, we will reduce the regression testing efforts as well. So regression testing, I hope you all know what is regression testing, right? You introduce a new functionality to your software. You want to test other functions are not affected because of this new implementation. That's regression testing, right? So let's say you are adding a new phone here. You only test that particular phone is called as functional testing. You're just basically testing that new functionality, but you want to check all other phones in the same page are not affected, and that's called as regression. So in this case, regression efforts are more. You want to test a lot of other phones along with this particular one. So regression efforts are really high, right? So if you want to reduce that, the automation is the solution. So you don't really have to test them manually. That's really impossible. So automation gonna help you in that case. Again, if I involve a lot of testers, like 10 to 15 testers to test this Amazon application, they may charge me more. Okay, as a client, or as a company, I have to spend a lot on the cost for the human efforts. So with the tool, I can reduce the cost. And one more important thing, guys, that's very important. Okay, you can compare the salary between a manual tester and an automated automation tester in India. Okay, you all been into industry and you all know how much is the difference. Okay, if you don't know, I'll tell you. Okay, this might be a hard and bitter truth, but you have to accept it. So as a manual tester, if you are working for any service based company or a product based company, the salaries won't differ much. Okay, you might be earning, suppose let's say, and you are on 5 years experience guy. Okay, and you got all your first ratings and then all stuff, everything went well. Then even in companies like CTS, Infosys, all these places, you may earn around 6 to 7 lakhs. That's the maximum that you can earn. Okay, even if you get all first buckets, you spend 16 to 17 hours a day, in office. No, you are giving your sweat and blood out for the company. No, you'll get maximum of 6 to 7 lakhs. That's the reality. Even in Amazon, if you work for Amazon, they have roles like senior device associate that can only pay you 6 lakhs, less than 6 lakhs. Okay, so that's the reality. But if you learn automation, and if you learn Selenium and Java, so you can probably earn around 15 to 70 lakhs, whatever. Guys, please go on mute. Okay, uh, I have seen people earning around 15 to 70. Okay, 70, guys. I'm not exaggerating things. Okay, that's the reality. Okay, people are earning 70 lakhs per annum as well. Okay, there are a lot of companies who are ready to pay if you have really good skill set. Okay, and they are also, if you want to fetch a job in Europe, or US, they are ready to offer jobs now. You can work remotely as a consultant. You can get paid in dollars. Okay, all you need to have is the right skill. And manual testing is just a base for it. You need to have automation. If you want to fetch a job, you have to definitely know automation. You cannot definitely search for a job with manual testing. Even if you search, they will only give you 10 to 20% hike. Okay, so understand the reality. If you want to earn more money, automation is the best way out. Okay, good. So again, why Selenium is again important question. Okay, so there are a lot of automation tools available in the market, like but Selenium is open source. Okay, it's a free library that can be used with any other programming languages. If you want to use with Java, Python, JavaScript, whatever the language you want, you can use that. Okay, and Selenium has large user base. Okay, they have a lot of people using Selenium. A lot of companies adapt Selenium. Selenium is a fast growing tool. They have recently released version 4. Okay, they have a lot of support from the community as well. Okay, there are people who sponsors for Selenium, so they are rapidly developing new features. So that's one of the widely used tool, and you can find this in all the job markets. Okay, if you go to any is please go on mute, guys. Okay, it's a little hard for me to hear some noise. Okay, so so it has like wide user base. If you have any doubts, you can directly go and put it in Stack Overflow. You'll get answers. Okay, there are a lot of community. Even I run a community in Telegram where you can post your questions. There are people who are ready to help you out. But if you go for some other tools, there not be many users. Okay, if you're going for Tosca, there are very few people who use Tosca. So the reply you may get, may be delayed or may not be correct. So but Selenium has large user base, and anyone can help you. Okay, and most importantly, it supports multiple languages, guys. So you can code in Selenium, code Selenium in Python, Java, whatever the language you feel comfortable, you can code that. And it also supports multiple browsers. For example, you are working on Amazon, you want to test this website in Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and then Opera, and then Safari. So that's your requirement as a manual tester. How will you do this? It's really hard, guys. You need to test the same thing in different browsers. Okay, you have to place order for this Redmi 9 in 5 different browsers, and then in the browsers also you have different versions people may use. So today the Chrome version I have is 94. People people can also use Chrome versions 85 as well. Okay, so you need to test it in range of browsers as well as different browser versions. We call it as browser compatibility testing. Okay, you need to check whether your application is compatible across browsers and across versions. So that's really tough job, right? As a manual tester, it's really hard for you to test in all these things. Imagine, one, it's a monotonic task. You have to do it repeatedly, and then you lose interest at some point of time, and you need to spend 15 to 16 hours in your office. So that when I was a manual tester, I spend 16 to 15 hours in office because I need to do all these things. That's when I learned automation. I didn't learn automation because I want to switch jobs. I want to do something else, but I want to save my time. Okay, I don't want to sit 15 hours in office. Now I normally work for 2 to 3 hours in office. Okay, my automation script will take care of everything. Okay, so that's how it is. And Yeah, it also support multiple OS. You can run this on use Selenium on Linux, Mac, whatever the operating Windows you want. It will work on everything. Okay, and as we already discussed, it supports parallel execution, which means you can uh, automatically run your test in different browsers at the same time as well. Okay, so that you can reduce the time. Okay, the run time. And then again, Selenium Java has a lot of high paying jobs, guys. Uh, Again, the markets are open now. I have never seen so many jobs in market in my lifetime. This is the best time. If you could learn the Selenium thoroughly within Jan, I think you can learn a lot of money, or you can end up in a high paying job. Okay, because March is our next new year. People will start releasing funds to hire more people. Okay, after Jan they'll get a lot of fund. After vacation they'll all come up, and then they'll try to post more jobs. They'll have a lot of money to recruit people. So I think this is the best time, and that's why I have also chosen this time to take the course. Okay, good. Again, the Selenium, if you learn Selenium, if you want to use APM as well, learn APM at the later point of time, you can use APM. Again, guys, Selenium is only for web automation. Okay, web automation. So don't use this for any other thing. So if you have a website like this, desktop website, you want to automate this, then Selenium is the tool. Okay, again, APM is for mobile apps. If you can see WhatsApp, you can see other apps that you are using in your mobile, right? You have Yatel app, you have other apps in your mobile. If you want to automate them, APM is the solution. But APM, if you know Selenium, you can learn APM in 5 to 6 days. Okay, so that's how it is. So if you just get with Selenium, you can learn APM. It adds more to you, more value to your profile, and you can showcase that anywhere as well. Good. So any doubts so far before I head on to speak about why Java and how to install Java and all that? Any doubts so far?
No, Amut, we are
No.
good. I think I'm good. Not other people can see.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. Thanks, Manish. Good. If there are no more doubts, I'll get, I'll keep moving. If you have any doubts, you can always ask. Okay. Good. Good. Now we will see why Java, right? Again, there are a lot of languages. Some of them, for Selenium, you told you can use Python, Java, JavaScript. A lot of languages available. Why Java? Why have to learn Java? Again, guys, Java is open source and it's free. Okay, it has a lot of chaos in the between, but now from Oracle 17 they told Java is free. Okay, and you don't have to spend any money from your side. Okay, and it is widely used. Most of the application that you see in the world are powered by Java. So they all been coded by Java. There are applications coded with other languages as well, but there are a lot of Java developers, lot of Java jobs as well. Okay, it's a more matured language, guys. It's been there for almost more than two decades. Okay, if there is a language that's survived for more than 20 years, I think it's one of the best languages. Okay, I have learned Java, and I it also helps me to learn more, more tools. For example, if I want to do mobile automation, I can learn APM with Java. If I want to do API automation, I can do with REST assured. Okay, Java has given me a lot of options. Okay, if you want to do Android development, you can use Java. Okay, so there are only certain languages that supports Android development. Okay, Java is one of them. So yeah, so Java is very powerful. Okay, it's very easy as well. It's more robust. Okay, you tend to learn a lot of things with Java. It's very easy, so we'll see how easy it is in the upcoming classes. But the problem is, many people doesn't have a proper understanding how Java works. Okay, so that's when they told, okay, they may try different tutorials, they may read, or watch some tutorials for some time. They may lose interest because um, the people who are teaching might not know really what Java is all about. Okay, you need to, Java is something that you have to really feel about it. Okay, it will take time, it will take it once time. Okay, so I will be here to clarify all your doubts. So I know how to inject Java into you. So so we'll learn about Java, so you love Java. So that's what I want to say. Okay, so it's having a lot of libraries. Suppose you want to work with Excel, we have libraries. You want to work with JSON, we have libraries. So, whatever thing. Okay, if you want to work with anything, so you want to develop a Telegram bot, you can use Java. So there are a lot of libraries available that you can leverage and use it in use it with Java. Good. Again, this is based on object oriented programming. We will see what is object oriented programming, but this object oriented programming is really cool. Okay, you love that. I'll speak about that in the upcoming classes. But yeah, again, Selenium with Java have the most jobs in the market. Is you know Selenium Java, if you know Selenium Java, you can land in almost 80% of the jobs that people post is asking for Selenium Java. Okay, because most company use this. Okay, they cannot use Python, because to find a Python resource they need to spend a lot of money, and then there might not be a lot of people who knows Python as well. Okay, so Selenium Java has most jobs in the market, so definitely Java gonna help you out. But we learned why Java, why Selenium, why automation, all that stuff. But it's time to do something about Java. So we are speaking about for a long time. So what we'll do, we will try to install Java. We'll understand how to work with it. Okay, good. So now, so as I told, we are going to use the ultimate aim for us is to you know to to automate a web application. Okay, for that we're going to use Selenium as the tool and Java as the programming language. Okay, your machine, suppose let's say your laptop, okay, it doesn't have Selenium or Java by now. Okay, so you need to install those softwares. Suppose you want to let's say, imagine you want to read a PDF. So you don't have a PDF viewer before. So what you do, you go to a website, you download Adobe PDF editor or Adobe PDF viewer, right? So you have to download that particular application so that your computer can work with it, right? So it's very simple, guys. You just take it as a very simple terms. Okay, you need a software. Suppose I want to edit something. So what I can do, I can go to website, I can download Notepad++, right? So same thing, now I need a Java, so I have to go and install that in my machine. So very simple process. We'll come to the Selenium later, but first we need Java. We'll understand a little bit of Java and then we will go to Selenium. So to work with Java, we need to install Java, right? So whatever the machine you use, you can go here and then you can tell Java 1.8 download. So, or you can mention JDK download. So go to this Oracle websites, okay? And if you notice, you can go down, and these are all the latest versions of JDK. And for the older versions, I think open JDK early access builds. Okay, now if you notice, see the Java 8 is almost here. Okay, or we can see JDK 8. Okay, let's search it. JDK 8. So for me, I want to use this. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, so if you notice, this is the URL. Okay, so here if you notice Java SC development kit, and this for different operating system. If you're using any Linux or something, you can download that. If you're using Mac, you can use this, but I'm using Windows 64-bit, and you have to download this JDK. So if you click on this download, it will ask you to sign up to Oracle. Okay, if you click on this, so it will tell you, okay, I accept this, all that stuff, yes, fine. And then if you click on download, so it will ask you to sign up to Oracle. It is free of cost. If you have an account already, you can enter your username, password. If you don't have an account, just create an account. Okay, it's very simple and easy process. You have to give your email, password, all that. Okay, whatever the stuff you want, and then click on that. Once you do this, okay, it will get start downloading automatically. Okay, so you will see something like this. Okay, so I have list of softwares already download. So once you see the JDK 8U Windows x64-bit, so this will be like this. Okay, it will be get downloaded to your Windows stuff. Okay, now we have downloaded this. Now if you download, it's not important, you have to install it, right? So what you can do, you can basically do a double click. Okay, and then it will ask you whether you want to make changes and all that stuff. Click on yes, and then you can go further. Since I have already installed this, okay, it might throw error for me. See, this version of JDK is already installed, please uninstall and try again. But in your case, it will go next. You just need to click on next, and then everything will get installed. Okay, once you install this, you have to go to C folder. Again, guys, you get all the recordings. You don't have to really worry about it. You can go through this video, and then you can go step by step in installing this. Okay, go to the program files. Okay, in C program files, you'll have Java. Okay, inside Java, you'll have this JDK and JRE. So once you can see these folders, then it means you have actually installed Java properly. Okay, so this is the main step that you need to do. Okay, so if you go, so I'll tell you what is these two things. But if you see, okay, let's write it down. Okay, once you see C program files, inside that, if you see a folder called Java, and inside that you should see JDK and JRE. Okay, if you see these folders, it means your Java is installed successfully. Okay, now again, guys, make sure that you are downloading. You are seeing something called as JDK. Okay, JRE and JDK have small differences. I'll tell you what is that. Okay, now let's take a code. Okay, let me take paint. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now you would have already seen someone writing a Java code, right? So they will write a public class, public static void main, all that, right? But this is all human readable code. Okay, so what we are going to type is human readable code. Okay, this is human readable code. Okay, you'll have a human readable code. Whatever you are going to type in Java is human readable. But we want to convert this into machine understandable language, right? For that, there is a component called as compiler. Okay, so we have something called as compiler. Okay, Java compiler. This is a Java compiler. Okay, that's gonna convert your human readable code into machine readable code. Okay, so it's in the binaries. Okay, zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones. We don't have to really worry about it. But the thing is, what we are going to write, we are going to write human readable code. It will be converted into machine readable code by the Java compiler. This Java compiler is what present inside JDK. If you go inside JDK, go inside bin, there is something called as Java C, which means Java compiler. This Java compiler is responsible for converting your human readable code into machine readable code. Okay, because we cannot type in zeros and ones. That's not possible. So this Java compiler gonna help us. So basically the JDK is called as Java development kit, guys. Okay. So let me put a simple diagram and explain. So JDK means it's Java development kit. Okay, development kit. Okay, and what is JRE then? Okay, JRE is Java runtime environment. Okay, okay, these are two different components. Okay, with Java development kit, develop, you can develop. Okay, you can develop basically. Okay, Java applications. But if you have only this one, okay, you can only run. You can only run already existing machine readable codes. Okay, you cannot create a new, human readable code, or you cannot do the compilation and all, because Java runtime environment will have only the Java, not the Java compiler. Okay, so if I go here, if you notice JRE, if you go inside JRE, you have been, okay, if you go inside, if you go, you know to the bottom, so you have only Java. There is no Java C here, which means you cannot do the compilation. So you cannot write to your human readable code and then convert to machine readable code, because this JRE doesn't have that. But if already someone have, created the human machine understandable code, this JRE packages will help you to run them. Okay, yeah. But for now, you don't have to really worry about JRE. All we are going to use is Java development kit, which is basically having JRE as well as some extra components like compiler, Java docs and all. So basically, okay, okay, so basically you have a bigger thing, that is your JDK. Okay, this JDK contains a lot of things. Okay, one is JRE. Okay, it also has JRE inside it, and apart from that, it also has some other tools and other stuff. Okay, so it also has uh, you know Java docs and all that. Okay, we'll come to that. Okay, Java doc, it has Java doc, it has JVM. Okay, it has JVM and other stuff. So we'll come to that later, but for now, just understand, if you install JDK, it also has JRE. Okay, which means you can develop as well as run. With only JRE, you can only run it. Okay, this is very important to understand. Most people who are automation testers, they don't know about all these things. Okay, good. So now we understood till here. Okay, now there is one concept called as environment variables in Windows, or your in your Mac. What is that? Let's assume I have a folder called as um, you know a Java. Inside that, I have one PDF file. It's a very simple PDF file, clean code PDF file. So if I want to open this, okay, you can either come to this location and you can double click it, you can open this, right? And if I also want to open this via command prompt, I should actually come to this particular folder. See, C uses testg OneDrive documents Java. So I'm inside this folder, and you can also open from here. Okay, clean code that PDF. Okay, so you can also open it from here. Okay, but imagine you are using this, you want to open this file that is across your application, so you don't have to really come to this location and then open it, because you are using it most of the time. Let's assume in you are in your kitchen, or you in your work desk, you are in your work desk, you want to drink water all the time. So what do? You keep it in your place that is near to you, that is easily accessible, right? So the same way, this clean code is needs to be accessed many times. This file is very important to me, so I want to access it globally. So even if I go to CMD, if I type clean code.pdf, okay, now imagine this is only inside test folder, not inside this particular folder. So if I run this, see, it's not recognized, so you cannot find where it is. But even then I have to find it. I have to access this file globally. So this is very important file for me. I need to access this globally. Then what you can do, okay, so instead of you manually going inside, okay, downloads, and then now you can type clean code or PDF. Instead of you doing all these things, okay, I want to access this in any place. Okay, I don't mind across my application. I across my machine, I have to access this clean code.pdf. Okay, in that case, you can go here, edit the system variables, go to environment variables. So there are a lot of variables here. But if you go to the system variables here, okay, click on edit. So these are all some of the things already there. Okay, but I want to add a new one. Okay, new, and I'm just copying this location, okay, which needs to be mentioned. Okay, not this one. So let me go to properties and I'll copy this. Okay, I come here, I create a new one. So now what I'm telling, this particular folder is now globally accessible. Okay, anyone can access this folder. Okay, now I click on okay. I'll click on okay again. I'll tell you why I'm explaining this. Okay, click on okay again. Now if I have to, so I'm in, so let's say I go to root folder, some other folder. Okay, I'm not now in this folder. Okay, I'm in C users. Now even if I type clean code or PDF now, okay, now I have to just one time you have to close your command prompt and open it, because I have just made the changes to environment variables. So now if I again type clean code.pdf, it is opening it. See, I'm inside testy folder, but I'm trying to open clean code, which is actually in different folder. So this time it can recognize this. This is because we have set up the environment variable. Okay. So if you type for edit, you will go here, you will go here. Okay. So edit. So the reason I have added this folder is when you add this, the entire machine knows this particular path. Okay, if you, it will search for in the current folder, or it will come and search for all the location inside this folder. Okay, so that it will come and search inside documents Java where it could find clean code.pdf. So it opened that particular PDF. Okay, so this path you can create more paths, whatever the path you want to be accessed globally, you can do that. Okay, very simple. Any doubts so far before I explain why we have set the path and all that? Any doubts before that? Okay, I hope there are no doubts, and then I'll move ahead. If you have still doubts, I can answer it at the end as well. Good. Now you understood. Okay, how? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to disturb. I mean, just have a code like you are explaining like the environment variable define helps you to access file from any location. I mean,
Yes, exactly.
you put it anywhere and you can access it from anywhere.
Yes.
But I have a just basic understanding of using Selenium. But
Mm-hmm,
if you know, we used to define a path where we'll put all the class files in a particular location, right?
mm-hmm,
Uh, when you develop your code, Java code, you generate the class file,
mm-hmm.
and you have to define a root folder path and everything so that you will access the code again and again. So basically, we will define a folder path, correct?
And we're like we are just getting started. So imagine you already worked with Selenium. Okay.
No, no, no. I don't know much experience, but what I'm trying to ask is like normally we define a folder path, folder structure when you define a code. So this is what I
No,
see. So
no. Thing is, Anwar, when once you create your own code, okay. you need the Java compiler to be accessed globally. Okay, that's why we set the Java home and Java path. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll explain. You just give me 5 minutes. I'll explain and then I'll answer your question. Okay, just give me 5 more minutes. Okay. Good. So, oh, eh, so now we have this. Now we understood if you want to access a file globally, then you need to just add this particular path. Okay, whatever the path you have into the environment variables, you can access globally. Now, let's create a very simple Java code. Okay, maybe we'll use the same folder. I want to create a simple Java code. Okay, let's go here. I'll not use any IDEs, Eclipse or IntelliJ for now. I'll use just Notepad. Okay, and let's go ahead and start writing our code. Okay, you can write code in any uh, editors. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can also use Notepad, but I'll tell you what is the problem with that. So public class, I have a class called as test. Okay, and now I also want to do public static void main string args. Okay, now we have something like this, and I also want to print ln hello guys. Okay, so I have created a very simple Java program. You don't have to really worry about what is this. I'll come to that later, but for now, all I'm thinking about is we have written a human readable code. Anyone can understand this, right? So basically public class read, it is readable, right? Maybe you not know what is public, why we are using class, what is this test, all that, but it is human readable. You can at least read what it is. Okay, at least you can read this is gonna print me hello guys. Okay, so you can understand at least a little bit, right? So it's a human readable code, but I want to execute this program. Okay, for that you first need to convert this machine readable code. So sorry, say, so I have written some program that is test.java. Test.java. So we're going to save it as a Java file. This is actually uh, human readable. Okay, now I need to convert this into machine readable by using compiler. So Java compiler going to help me. Java compiler. Okay, and then I'll gonna convert into test.java class file, and this is machine readable. So we are done with this first task. Okay, we have already created the code, but we need to save it as a test.java file. So we'll do that now. So this is now without name. So I'll save us. I'll click on save us, and then I'll use test.java. Okay, and then click on save. Now let's go to this particular folder, and if you notice, I can remove this. It's not needed for now, so I can remove this. Again, this automatically changes since this is a test Java file. It used IntelliJ IDE, but I am gonna open it with Notepad plus plus or Notepad. So we are again checking, okay, whatever the code we have written is correct. Now we have tested.java file. We need to convert this into test.class file, that is machine readable format. For that we need Java compiler, but the compiler is actually located inside here. Okay, basically it's located inside program files, Java JDK bin, and it is located here guys. Okay, so the Java C is here. Okay, I need to access this Java C globally. Okay, if I access this Java C globally, then okay, I can easily compile that file. Okay, I can easily convert that file into test.class file. So to access this file globally, what we can do, we can copy this. Okay, we can copy this. That's what I told, right? If you want to access some file globally, because you might write Java code anywhere. Okay, it's not possible for you to move this Java compiler to that place or put that code in here. Okay, that's not possible. So only way that is possible is you have to define this in your environment variable so that this Java C, so the files inside this folder is accessible globally. That's very simple, right? So we're going to access these files globally. Good. Now let's go again, go to the edit. So all you need to do is go to this thing and go to the path and then click on edit. So I already have this already configured. So if you notice, C program files Java JDK bin. Okay, that is already added. Okay, and then if you already added this, in your case it might not be there. So you need to click on double click this. You have to add it, and then you need to click on save. But in my case, I'm just canceling this because I have already added this. Okay. Apart from that, you also need to add a Java home. Okay, so it might not be there in your case. You have to click on new. Okay, and then you need to type Java underscore home. Okay, this, and then it also you paste this and you just remove this alone. Okay, just the bin folder alone, just remove it. Okay, and then save this. Okay, I'll tell you guys later why we need this Java home, but for now just do this. Okay, you create a new Java underscore home. Okay, and then you can put it here. Okay, you can put this value here. Okay, again guys, you can create here as well, you can create here as well. So there is a path variable here, there is also a path variable here. So you also need to know what is the difference between user variables for Amud and system variables, which means, so this is another important thing that you need to understand. If your system is used by many people, okay, then this user variables for Amudan, if you add Java home here, path here, which means it will be only applicable if I logged into this machine. Okay, but if you add this Java underscore home or this path in the system variables, it will be applicable to everyone who is logging into the system. Okay, even if my brother comes and log this here, it will work. Okay, so if you want this to be accessed by all the members, then you can create it in the system variables. If you want it to be accessed only by you, you just create it here. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Good. Now once you add the path, that is the Java bin path, now this Java C is accessible globally. Okay, okay, so because this Java C is present inside this, now you can go to the place where we are coding. So we go to the documents, then we'll go to Java, and we have the test.java file. So what I can do, I can open the command prompt here. Okay, now we are inside this position, but to compile this, okay, we want to compile test.java to test.class. For that, we are going to use compiler. So for that, the command is Java C. Okay, because Java C means Java compiler. It's going to help us to convert test.java to test.class. So test.java. Okay, I want to convert this test.java. Okay, now this Java C is accessible globally because we set the path. Okay, now I press on enter. See, now there is no error. Let's go here to the location. If you notice, there is test.class. This is a class file. This is machine readable code. Let's say I try to open this in a notepad. See, I don't know. It's not understandable. It's in some foreign languages. We do not know what it is. Okay, so yeah, this we cannot see it using notepad or notepad plus plus. Maybe with some decompilers we can see it, but for now understand we have already created test.class. Okay, once you create this test.class, you can run the file. Okay, to run it, you need to type Java. Again, Java is located in that particular location. Just a minute. So if you go to C, program files, and then Java JDK bin. So if you notice, the Java will also be here. Okay, Java. So this is also accessed globally because we have set the path for this entire thing. Okay, so whatever is present in this folder is accessible globally. So Java is also accessible. So I'm gonna run this. Okay, program Java test. That's it. You just need to tell Java test, not classes. Dot classes not needed. Okay, once you do this, see it's printing hello guys. Okay, so now to revise, okay, to work with Java, we need to convert a human readable code into machine readable code. For that, we need Java compiler that is present inside the inside this you have to download this and then install. Okay, this needs to be accessed globally, so we have set the path. Once this is all done, we are compiling the human readable code into machine readable code, and then we are running using Java command, Java test. Okay, now the problem with this approach using a notepad is if you make some mistakes. So let's say I make this mistake, I didn't close one brackets. Okay, for in Java, all your starting braces will need their close braces. But if you notice, there are two start braces, but only one close brace. It doesn't throw any error because Notepad is not meant for coding. So if I save this, if I again compile this, okay, at the compile time it is throwing there is one curly braces missing. Okay, compiling itself it throws error. So this is a problem. So if you miss small things, you cannot find, you have to run it to find what is the issue. But if you use an IDEs, it will be very easy to manage. Okay, good. So any doubts so far? So again, Anwar, to answer your question, so now we have set up this Java compiler globally, so that wherever the folder structure you have within the machine, they all, you can use this Java compiler globally to compile the code into a machine readable uh, class files. Okay, these class files will be stored on the target folder. We'll come to that later. But the reason why we are setting up the environment path is because to access this Java C and Java globally. That's it. Okay, good. Any more doubts or any other doubts? I can answer it now.
Amutan, Abhishek here.
Yeah, Vishek.
Yeah, so Amutan, it means if I do not provide environment variable, I again, like all the time, I have to go to C program file Java JDK.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
I have to type Java
yeah,
C and give.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to type Java C, and then instead of test.java, you need to mention the full file path
Full
for that
path.
for the test.java. So that's not
Okay.
needed. So we are gonna set the path. So it's gonna take from the environment variable.
Okay. Thank you.
So, and Muthan, one more question. If we if there is no JDK in my machine, but let's say only GRE in my
Yes,
system, then
exactly.
I can run the code, right? I mean,
Yes, exactly. Very good question. I'll answer this now. So what happens when we try to compile? You get the test.class file. Okay, so you have only JRE. Now to Manish, I'm sending this test.class as a as a email I'm sending to him. Okay, then this guy Manish can run this because he's having a JRE which has the capability to run it. Okay, if you go to again, you can go to this folder structure again. He has installed JRE inside bin. He has a Java alone. So he can type Java space test and then run the program, but he cannot compile the program. If I just send him the test.java file, he cannot do anything. If I just send him this, he cannot do anything. But if I send him test.class, he can use Java space the class name to run the program, right? So he can run the program, but he cannot compile it, or he cannot create a new code. Okay, understood?
yes, yeah. Thank you, Muthan.
Yeah, good. So these guys, these are all real basics. Okay, many people doesn't know what is a JRE, what is JDK. Okay, they don't know what is happening, what is the test class, what is test.java, what is class file. They don't know all these things. Okay, they are coding for a very long time. Okay, so understand the basics very clearly. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask to me. Okay, that's very important. Okay, now we understood there are problems with notepad because it cannot find you, because typing in the notepad is also not good. Okay, so what you can do, there are a lot of IDEs available. Okay, there are a lot of IDEs available. We call it as integrated development environment. Okay, so these are all integrated development environment. It comes with a lot of good features. Okay, it can if you are missing something, it will highlight the error at the before you compile the code. okay. And then it will also have there are a lot of other features in integrated environment, so you don't it if you automatically open a brace, it will automatically close a brace for you. So it'll do a lot of things for you, okay. Again, it will be easy for you to manage. It comes with a lot of good features. We'll see about that, but for now, you just understand you can write code without an IDE, but it is very difficult job, okay. So there are a lot of IDEs available in the market: Eclipse, IntelliJ, Visual Studio Code, a lot of other softwares, okay. But I was using Eclipse for a very long time, but I felt, IntelliJ, after, I've been using IntelliJ for almost 6 months, but Eclipse I have used for 5 years. But I feel IntelliJ is far better than Eclipse. So if you are a fresher, if you are going to start with your programming, I would advise you to start with IntelliJ instead of Eclipse, because once you go beyond a certain point of time, you have to obviously use IntelliJ because it has a lot of inbuilt good features, okay. So if you are also using Eclipse, try to migrate to IntelliJ. So, but if you are a new programmer, don't worry about anything, just start using IntelliJ, okay. So how to download this? So we need to work with IntelliJ. That means this is a software we need to download. So you can go here, you can mention IntelliJ download. Mine is Windows, so I am using Windows. In your case, if Mac, you can also download for Mac. Okay, go to this particular first link. So guys, if you notice, there are two versions, okay. If you are using different OS, you can change across it, but for now, for me, it's Mac Ultimate version. It has a lot of good features, but we don't need this because this is a licensed tool, okay. I prefer, maybe you prefer, this is a free and built on open source. So just click on this, and then you want a zip file or exe, better to download the exe file, okay. Once you download the exe file, you can get the softwares, okay. Mm, you can, I don't know whether I have this. Yeah, so you'll get a software like this, okay. You have to just double click it, and then it'll ask you, yes, click on yes, you'll get it installed. Once you install this, you can go to this, and then you can start opening it, okay. So now, if you can open your IntelliJ till here, I think that's the task for you. You have to download Java, you have to install Java, you need to practice what you have done today, and then you also need to install IntelliJ, and you need to come to this particular home screen. If you are facing any issues, you can always ping me in the WhatsApp group, okay, that we have, so that I will try to help you out, okay. So this is a task for today, guys. So install Java. See, again, guys, don't just watch the video or watch the lecture and then go back and tell me that you don't have time to do it because you have daily work, okay. If you spend 8 hours for a company, and you cannot spend 1 hour for you, and then I think that is something wrong, okay. So don't do it. This is a complete course, you have to practice it. If you don't practice it, you don't get the benefit out of it, okay. For me, I could have simply you know ignored all the Thursday sessions. I could have directly explained all these things and then would have gone. But my intention is not to earn money, but to teach you guys real basics so that you all can land in a good job. Okay, so please practice. Okay, spend 1 hour daily. There is no other way. If you have to spend 2 hours, do it. Okay, it's not very important to sleep for 8 hours. Okay, you can sacrifice 2 hours. No problem. Okay, you're gonna learn Selenium within 2 months, and you're gonna land in very good job. So this is real. I'll be little harsh, but that's the truth. Okay, if you are here, you have to learn it. Okay, you have to do it. Good. So yeah, so just make sure you install IntelliJ and come to this particular screen, and then we'll continue from this on tomorrow. Okay, good. Any other doubts before we wrap the sessions? If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Okay, if there are no more doubts, that's fine. Uh, Always and one important thing, guys. Okay, you have to definitely go to this testing mini bytes. Okay, I see a lot of you guys have not signed up. Okay, so you have to go here. See, again, I'm telling you, go to testing mini bytes. Okay, click on sign up for an account, and here you have to mention your name, your email address that you have given me, and the password, and then sign up. Once you sign up this, I'll upload the recordings in few minutes. Okay, maybe in 1 hour or 2 hours. After that, you can you'll get a page where you can access a workshop, and then you can see the recordings. Okay, I'm not going to share it via G Drive. Okay, I'm going to share, you will be seeing this in our website. Okay, so for that I need to add your email IDs. If you are not have signed up, okay, here, then you have to sign up, then only I can give you the access. Again, if you are someone who already paid 10,000 via website, you don't have to do this process. Your email is already in sync. But you have if you are someone who's G paid me the amount, or you have choose to pay in installments, please do the sign up process. Okay. um, yeah, that's all, guys. I'll post the video in some time, and then I'll also ping you the link, so that you can watch the recordings and then practice. So don't miss to practice. Install Java, install JDK, set up the environment variables, create the test Java, and then compile it, run it, install IntelliJ. This is your task, and you have to do it. Right? Good. uh, anything from anyone else before we close? Good. I hope there are no more questions.
Will you
Okay.
share the document?
Document in the sense you want this particular one,
Yes, yes, yes.
but it is not having a lot of details. But yeah, anyways, I'll share that as well. I'll see how we can share this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Good, guys, please practice and then let me know if you have any doubts. I'm here to help you. Okay. Thank you, guys. You all have a very good day. I'll see you guys again in another tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow 7 a.m. We'll connect and we'll continue. Thanks, guys. Bye. You all have a good day.
Thanks, Samudan.
Thanks.